Welcome back to Universal Love Law. Today's video is all about Sun opposing Mercury, and this video can be very long because I have so much information to give because you might get a basic overview of what the Sun opposing in Mercury energy is, but it's a little bit more complex than that because we have to remember that when it comes to opposition, they share the same modality. Modality is cardinal, fixed, or mutable signs. So whether your Sun Mercury is in the air fire or whether your Sun Mercury is in the water earth will definitely help you understand more clearly the energy that you're possessing. Also, I want to let you know that with the opposition energy here, it's an internal thing that's going on. But remember, whenever there are energies that are going on within you internally, internal turns external. And what we think about ourselves, and is particularly important with anything dealing with Mercury, because the Mercury is our thoughts, is our mental realm. So it's very important, along with Uranus. But Mercury, we're talking about Mercury right now. But Mercury, you definitely want to know what you're thinking at all times because it becomes the mirror reflection of what's going on into your outer world. Everything is mental. It starts there. So once we understand that the way we are viewing ourselves and thinking about ourselves, it reflects on our external and it creates the way people interact with us because we attract that. Opposites attract as well. So when it comes to this Sun opposing Mercury energy, that's why it's so important for you to know whether it's a fire, air, or a water, earth, okay? And so let's just break that down for a minute. So let's say that you have a Sun Mercury opposition between signs that are in the fire and the air. It's not about blending these two energies together. It's about allowing them to be individually expressed one at a time. So let's say your fire energy is very passionate and expressive. Allow that energy to come to pass before you step into that mental state of mind so that you become a more balanced person because the air deals with logic, reasoning, and communication. And so kudos to you if your Sun is in a fire and your Mercury is in the air because it will be more complementary. But if it's the opposite way where your Sun is in the air and the Mercury is in the fire, it can be, you might express yourself more passionately and then come off to the world very communicatively. But overall, it's a beautiful thing when you have modality similarities because you're able to master that modality. You're able to master that energy because you experience both ends of the spectrum. I mean, both polar opposite sides of that energy. So you master it overall. As well as I'll jump into, let's say your Sun Mercury opposition is between earth and water. It's very important for you to understand whether or not, when your emotional expression is being activated and when your more practical mind thinking stability is being activated, okay? Because ultimately that's the energy that will play out between this opposition when it comes to earth and water. So it's very important to know what are your signs in your Sun Mercury, what is causing this opposition so that you can learn to teeter-totter towards the energy that needs to be expressed more. It's very important for you to utilize both of these energies and not isolate one aspect of yourself, meaning not being very talk, communicative thinking, or even just thinking, analyzing, and not showing up in the world because that defeats your purpose. And it's also vice versa. It's very important for you not to just be taking all this action without being able to express yourself. These are people who are known for taking actions or doing things consistently. It might be a affect with the way you're communicating. If you're not getting your thoughts out and expressing them, you're isolating it. And that's why the separation between any opposition, but specifically with the Sun Mercury opposition, when there's separation there, it can either lead towards you isolating one of those planets and not stimulating it, or it can lead towards you learning how to balance out those energies within yourself, because it is a friction within you that causes a clash that you feel internally, that turns into an what people see from you. That's a mirror, okay? So please, if you have any questions, I really would love to answer them, because if you don't know if your modality is in the cardinal, fixed, or mutable sign, I can help you with that. And if you don't know if it's a connection between the air and the fire, or the earth and the water, I can help you with that too for beginners. But other than that, for people who understand a little further, learn to allow these energies to play out individually. Don't try to mash the two. They're their own individual energy. So yes, thank you very much for tuning into Universal Love Law. Any questions, drop them down in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Peace.